Yep.
Morning, everybody. Mike here, and Dave's behind the camera. I'm out on his range today. We've got the FNX-45 Tactical with the authentic 460 Rowland. So, many of you who have talked to me personally know that I've been waiting almost a year for Rock Island Armory number 56862, which is the double stack 10mm with the rail and all in the 5.5-inch threaded barrel. I've been waiting too long. Rock Island, I actually sent them 2 emails. One on my part was a pretty smart-ass email, which they professionally responded to. Thank you, Rock Island. And then the second one is I asked them when it was going to come out, and they basically said they have no idea when it's going to come out, and they're working hard. I don't have time to wait for that. I've got things coming up this winter and next summer. I need a bear defense handgun. So I found this from a guy on MeWe. So this is going to be my first rounds. These are what came with it. I believe these are the Underwood 255 grain Hi-Tek Coated, but we're about to see. Eyes and ears, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Every single one of those shots was
Wow.
like a little rocket down to the side.
Wow.
Check out the steel.
Yeah.
See what that did.
That was, you can definitely tell that that is not 45
Oh yeah,
ACP.
that was smoking. One of them came back. One of them came back. Yeah, I have these little pieces right here
Yeah.
to kind of break up the rounds a little bit.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's perfectly lined up so that it doesn't come back at you.
Yeah.
So
And
nothing.
Hey, for all of you that are thinking about going to put your own like backyard range together, there was a lot to be said in that by the fact of where he talked about that he's angled these together, because when it comes off, that shrapnel's not coming more than, you know, a couple of degrees off that. So if you actually see where he's got it set up, and I often forget that I look at things, I think about things that way, but I often don't, you know, articulate it well. That was an awesome thing. I hope you guys realize that for making a safe shooting area in, I'm not going to say urban areas, but in places where you have a few more houses than out on the back 40.
Yeah, the biggest problem is you can see where it eats a trench right here. I've always had problems with some pieces coming back, and it may bounce up and hit you on the head like it did with me. It just landed on the head, but I would much rather that than it hit me in the chest like it used to.
Oh yeah, that would be bad. Next one up, 230 grain jacketed hollow point, supposedly going 1,400 feet per second from Underwood. Right now, I'm just going to be checking the function in the gun, make sure this will work, which this obviously, okay, I shouldn't say obviously, there may be people who don't know, but using jacketed hollow points and probably meant for 45 ACP velocities is not what I am going to choose to carry in the woods. So let's see how it works.
You can shoot the man target.
Ooh. Interesting.
It's getting
Yeah, let me make sure that I'm not limp wristing this or anything. Yeah, that was
tension.
That was either me limp wristing it or not getting used to it. I'm not sure. Yeah, what do we have from that?
Okay, so I'm not seeing any obvious pinching.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, right there.
Yep.
So it looks like it might have clipped the feed ramp.
Okay. You know
So
what?
it might be mag tension.
Yeah, and this, and I only had 10 rounds in it, and I don't remember if this has got a 45 spring or the stock FN spring or a 460
Yeah, you're shooting
spring.
something heavy in weight, so it's got to have the force to push it up and feed it properly.
Yeah. That chambered well, so. That's when you know you've got, when you got some, you know, some either MAN or some WOMAN behind it when it makes that target ring from this distance. All right, so we need to do a little bit more with the 230 grain jacketed hollow points to see how well they work. Maybe there's something with the round, the weapon, who knows, but we can keep working with that. We already know the 255s will work. Let's move on to the last one, which is the one I am personally most interested in, and this is the 200 grain Xtreme Penetrators, moving at apparently 1,400 feet per second.
That might actually have a little bit of an off aiming area, so if you want to see where you're hitting on the cardboard, I got the box. You can move close or far or whatever.
Yeah, see, I think I'll just kind of square up here. And did I just shoot that whole last string without my iPro on? I'm an idiot. I was shooting steel without iPro.
You were shooting at an angle, you're good.
All right, so I am going to attempt, you know what, let's go.
I'd say a half inch below point of aim.
Yep, and I'm gonna attempt to go center of the black square. And I'm gonna shoot all these single action. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just to continue to check it, I'm gonna move approximately center on the right black line and see where they put them.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so these sights, those are a lot of me. I'm having a bit of an issue just getting used to the new sights, I think, or possibly with where there's holster wear here on the sights. I don't know, I'll need to do more to work that out and figure that out.
Well, it could be alignment too, because even if you can eyeball it, it looks like this one is a little bit off.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit off, but you know,
and that's something we just can't afford to have for a bear defense gun. You cannot afford to have that. So
shoot earlier rather than later, which means distance.
yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, we're looking at that. I'm grouping to the left, it looks like. So yeah, it'll either be me or the gun. We can work on the sights a little bit and see if that fixes it. So, but so far, we've had the 200 grain Xtreme Penetrators that had 100% reliability and function. And then we had those, what are the I think they're the 255 grain Hi-Teks. I got those with the purchase of the weapon. So I don't know exactly, but that's what they appear to be by looking at them to me. The 230 grain jacketed hollow points appeared to have a bit of pinching, and that, again, could be the mag springs. So I'm gonna go back and mark that mag so I can start putting rounds that I know will function into that magazine at a later date, and we'll work on that piece.
My question is, were you intending to be a little bit off to the left?
No, I wasn't. I was attempting, so.
Because you can see,
Yep.
you can see that it's consistently off.
Yeah, so first I was attempting to put them here. And then this one, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's not worry about that little guy.
Yeah. So there, and we're looking at about an inch off at what, 8 yards?
Yeah.
And then I was aiming here, and you can see them going here. So, and again, that was the first one, and then that was the rest of them. So I'm gonna have to work on that and maybe even check myself for anticipation or trigger pull on those. Yep. So sights, I need to look at sights, I need to look at my own trigger pull, and I need to look at anticipation to figure out what I'm doing with that. But that also means that at that distance, I am not going to miss enough to put a dangerous game animal away from me and my family, even that far off. All right. So now somebody with a hurt hand gets to play.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see you in a minute, guys. Hey, Luke, that's how you do it.
Yeah, let's do headshots.
Okay. I did notice about every fourth round was going into the neck.
Yeah.
Just for your, which
Yeah,
again is, that's still a kill shot, but. Or maybe I should say
fingers, but with
incapacitating.
these fiber optics, it's a little bit weird. These are Frank Proctor's, so they open up. So when you're superimposing these, because I superimpose my sights, I don't stare at them. And even if you were to stare at them, the same effect would happen. This open area here looks, the bottom part of the open area actually feels like that's where it's supposed to be. Like that's where it's supposed to level off at the top. So what you're actually supposed to do is make it kind of seem like it's sitting on top a little bit. And that's perfect alignment. Let's see how much this hurts.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are gonna be his first rounds out of it, and I will tell you now, when I got here, when he says he hurt his hand, he was talking to me about that just for his 40, not the 460 Rowland. So I believe it is actually true. So this isn't gonna be one of those excuses.
Oh yeah, it's clunky.
Yep, it is.
So I'll try to stack. But
all right, coming around on your right.
oh, that's not so bad.
Yep. That's it. It's very, when you load when you load a cylinder with both 38 special and 357, that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it's very gentle on the hand actually. It's the blast that gets you. It's just like my Tavor 7. Like that thing gives you a good amount of blast. But yeah, it's not so bad. But yeah, trying to chase your rounds, not a good idea. Because now it looks like a stormtrooper. It's like I tried to aim exactly at that bullet that was closest to the line, and it's a little bit off. It's off by about that much.
Yeah. So you were playing horse with yourself?
Yeah, I was chasing the rounds, and then on the last one, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I know that it's suppressor height sights, and it's like, make note before you shoot.
Yep.
But yeah, just try to see what it is, and I didn't try to group, but yeah, whatever.
Well, that's the thing is
I was trying to just get the general idea of what it was doing.
Well, and there's another training point there for a lot of people who go out to buy a firearm. If you go out and the first thing you try to do is shoot groups from it, that might not always be the best option. A lot of times you may want to go out and just learn the trigger in the firearm.
Get used to the recoil first.
Yep.
Yeah. Because that can be your best friend. Okay. Is this side? Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Luckily, you got an FNX that is, well, it's not drop free, but.
Yeah. Well, and some of that may be, I don't know. The mag may actually pushed out. You know what? Let's go off camera here. We'll check the other ones and see what we get.
Yeah.